Bill O'Meara here with John Cooper, another attorney at the office here at Cooper, Hurley Injury Lawyers. And I'm going to ask John a few questions about a field of personal injury law known in the industry as mass torts. John, would you be able to sort of give us a very basic explanation of what mass tort is?
Well, mass tort is kind of an unfortunate term because no client wants to feel like they're part of some giant mass. We treat each case as an individual and make sure that each of our clients is handled with the kind of love and care that we would want each of our individual relatives or friends to be treated with. Having said that, the reason it's called mass is that there's some drugs or medical devices that are used all the way across the country and they're used all across the world. And so these drugs may affect negatively patients and people in lots of different cities, lots of different states. And so sometimes it's better to help each other as plaintiffs' personal injury lawyers to work on taking on the big pharmacy companies as a group. And that's often what happens. Each case is still individual, but it is done often in one courthouse where the cases come from all across the country.
Okay. Can you give us a few examples of dangerous drugs that could be a part of a sort of a mass tort claim?
One drug that we're involved with right now that we're litigating about and having clients who have cases about is called Actos. Actos is a drug which was used to treat diabetes. The problem is that it's been linked to bladder cancer. And so a person might be taking this drug thinking that it's doing them some good because it may be helping them with their diabetes, but the problem was the company didn't do enough to study whether it could cause this terrible side effect of causing cancer, particularly bladder cancer, and didn't warn folks about it. So we've got cases that are actively being litigated, and there's some indication that they may start to be settled now where people from all across the country were harmed by this drug.
And in addition to the dangerous drugs you mentioned, medical devices could also be a part of a mass tort claim. Do you have an example of a medical device that has harmed people that is also being litigated?
Yeah, another one of the cases that you may have even heard about is the hip replacements, particularly metal on metal hips. There were Johnson & Johnson hips, Stryker hips, and what happened was that they implanted in a lot of people a device intended to make them better because they needed a hip replacement, but they found that the device actually caused them to be sick from either metal poisoning, as you know, Bill, or also had to be taken back out because it was going to cause more pain and harm than good and had to be replaced. So the person now needs a second surgery to go and take the first one out, put another one in, and obviously that's a terrible situation to find yourself in. So there have been lots of cases involving these hips, and we've litigated those and have clients who've had those, and those cases are just now starting to get resolved. So if you have a hip case or an Actos case, you need to act fairly quickly because there are time deadlines, and you'll want to get in touch with us and figure out whether you have a case and what you need to do to secure your place in line, essentially, to make sure that you get whatever compensation. Why don't you tell them our phone number?
Sure. 757-455-0077. And that was my very next question. What to do if you feel you've been harmed by a dangerous drug or a medical device that's malfunctioned. You can reach out to us here at Cooper Hurley, and we'll be happy to talk it over with you.
Yeah, so please do give us a call. Even if you just have a question, let us help you by answering it without any obligation or charge and see if you have a case. Thanks.